The time is just gone 33 minutes past 8 days. We continue with news and views this morning right here on Salam Media. And it's time now to provide an update regarding Dr. Aafia Siddiqui. Many of you will recall not very long ago, Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui had the opportunity after a very, very long time, over 20 years, to meet up with her sister, Dr. Aafia Siddiqui, at the notorious Caswell Institution in the United States of America. And at that point in time, we had learned that there was going to be a second meeting with her sister. We've now learned that Dr. Fozia has been stopped from meeting with her sister, and we have got Dr. Fozia Siddiqui with us right here on Assalam Media this morning. Dr. Fozia, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As always, Jazakallah and welcome for your time.
Walaikum assalam, Brother Inayet. It is always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yes, Dr. Fozia, the last time we spoke, and we obviously went through your visit with your sister, Dr. Afia. You gave us an overview, you provided us with an insight as to what had actually transpired at that point in time. And there was hope, there was a lot of hope, and you even mentioned this second meeting. But since you've come back to Pakistan after meeting with your sister, there have been developments. What has happened since, Dr. Fozia?
Well, after our first meeting, as I had said, that we're going to start with reopening the case and with going for a compassionate release and to get Afia out of the administrative segregation that she's been put in. And while we're trying to get her exonerated and out of jail, we'd like her conditions to be improved. Um, in order to start those processes, we needed some documents from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Pakistan. The court had given them a direction that before I leave, which was on the 4th of August, they should provide at least 10 days before. So the last date for them to provide those documents was the 24th of August. We received nothing from them until the 1st of August, and even on the 1st, what we received were redacted copies and some media reports, which we can just Google out, and nothing of substantial worth. They were withholding hundreds of pages and documents that would help us exonerate Afia. As you know, the whole process started with Pakistan and with the illegal renditions. And as you know, that Afia is a Pakistani citizen, and there was no way for anything that anyone alleges to have occurred in Afghanistan that a Pakistani citizen could have been transferred to the US, and let alone being transferred, being tried and convicted there. So it's all a mistrial. But in order to prove that, we need certain documents from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from the government of Pakistan, and also from the State Department US. That how did they where is the paperwork transferring Afia, who was shot and who was severely injured in that state, to the US.
Yes.
And so, unfortunately, those were not provided. So I could not go because it would not. And during this time, this past, my plan was that I would go perform in Umrah and then from there go directly to Saudi Arabia, to US. But unfortunately, I had to return to Pakistan because one, we did not get the documents. Two, all of a sudden, Afia gets placed into. She was already in the administrative segregation, and so that's why they didn't allow a contact visit. So they said, but now they put her in what they call the hole, which is like there's the administrative segregation, then there's the shoe, and then there's the hole. So she was like downgraded, being doubly punished, and for no reason whatsoever, for no logical reason. And they were not even allowing her lawyer Clive, who had already reached US, and obviously not me either, because this is the worst form of solitary confinement, in which you can have no access. whatsoever to anything whatsoever. You're just in a jumpsuit sitting in this small 3 by 3 space or something with a bucket for a bathroom kind of thing. It's like it's worse than the medieval dungeons, it seems. And this is happening in modern day world where they claim for being champions of human rights. And so, the lawyer was very upset. He was not being allowed. I think he needed to get a court order or something to just get in, but they were not allowing him to sign and to let Afia, sign any documents, exchange anything. I mean, how can we go on with legal proceedings if they won't even allow proper legal visit? And legal visits, lawyer, client, uh, visits and all are confidential, privileged, but they want to hear in on everything. And that, so it was a very, very unreasonable um, approach this time. And
Yes.
yes, so that's what it
Yes.
was.
Yes. Now, obviously, I've seen your tweet, and I'm just going to read out your tweet, Dr. Fozia, where you talk about, obviously, this tweet is to your supporters and the supporters of the Afia movement, talking about hurdles from the MOFA, which I would assume is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the BOP, that they have prevented you from visiting, and you are obviously disheartened. And at the end of the day, this oppression is of major concern to you. I've even seen your tweet when you were in Makkah, and where you spoke about wondering why Afia is still locked up in this deplorable condition, and humanity in general. Muslims are silent. Are we really free? Or are we just self-centered? And again, this has been a long, hard battle for you. It's been a lone battle. Alhamdulillah, you've had support from people across the entire world. But for you personally, again, questioning the fact that, why are we self-centered? Why are we not doing enough? Why are we not putting enough pressure to, at some point in time from your return from the US, there was a bit of hope, but that hope is shattered. That hope has been dashed once again.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the worst part of it was that, I was heartbroken uh, to see the deplorable condition that Afia was. And now I'm being told that she's even in a worse condition. She's been put in, when I saw her, she was in that, khaki pant shirt.
Mm.
Um, but now she's been put in the Guantanamo style jumpsuit, orange jumpsuit, and locked up in solitary. And, I had gotten her commissary. Even that's been taken away. So the money I'm sending to them again is again being confiscated. For what? I mean, what are you punishing her for? What did she do? And what people here are telling me is that, because I told them what I saw, they're kind of trying to punish me, but they can't do anything to me. So they're punishing Apia to hurt me. And that is the most ridiculous thing. And that goes to show how shallow and how evil the mind becomes when there is no accountability.
Yes, Dr. Fozia, the politicians in Pakistan, what are they saying now? I know I've seen some tweets there talking about Bhutto Zardari, waiting for his response as a foreign minister. And we know that so much is playing out within the politics of Pakistan at the moment with the imprisonment of Imran Khan for 3 years. And it seems that all this focus now is on the political shenanigans that are playing out in Pakistan. And this is where the politicians, particularly those that matter, to assist you in securing this visit and the documents that you speak about. All of that should have been in play, but it appears as if the Afia case has now taken a backseat in the interest of all these political developments in Pakistan right now.
Yes, it seems so because I mean they were supposed to announce the caretaker prime minister yesterday and the cabinet, but they still haven't done it. Um, and yes, the political turmoil is there. But then again, I mean, it's not, I mean, the politicians and all do come into play, but it's the bureaucracy at the end of the road. When there is a court order, it's the bureaucracy, the public servants that need to do their part. And the question for Pakistan and for Pakistanis, the question that arises is that are you really a sovereign nation? Or are our bureaucrats actually serving the public of Pakistan or serving their foreign interests? And this is what makes Afia's case the litmus test for the sincerity of the public servants of Pakistan.
Well, Dr. Fozia has been the litmus test for over 20 years now. I mean, how much more of a test can it be?
Every time faces change, times change, and everyone seems to be failing. It's an unfortunate reality, but it is a reality and which is marking history. But that aside, um, there's always a silver lining. Finally, Clive, Afia's lawyer, actually did manage to meet up with Afia for 2 days, just three hours visits, cut short, but did meet up with her and managed to talk to her. And he also managed to um, open up an email communication with me and Afia. It's only for once or twice a week that Afia will have about 10 minutes to look at it, or, a very limited time. So, but, and I just yesterday got the first email. And I wrote an email and then I got the response that Afia had received it. And she was thrilled to have received that. And that's the silver lining. And uh, Clive actually did tell Afia about the passing of our mother. So that email was a bittersweet email in which she was glad to be in contact with me and very, very sad about our mother. And then she mentioned a dream in which she realized that Allah had told her about the passing because she saw our mother in paradise and she was trying to, being there, stuck in that hole, deprived of all human contact. She, in her 5 minutes of email access that she got, she was comforting me when I had everyone to comfort me and she's there all alone.
Yes,
And
I
I
know, Dr. Fozia. You mentioned to me that you didn't even have the courage at that point in time to break the news to her about the passing away of your mother. I mean, it was so difficult for you, and yes, she is in the state that she is, and you mentioned deplorable, even in a worse state than what she is when you saw her. And yes, she is comforting you, and that alone speaks so much about Afia and her personality and the type of person she's always been.
Yes, it is. And, it's little times like this when her personality, despite everything and all the suppressions that have been put and oppressions that she's had to go through, this, they have not been able to kill this part of her soul. This
Well,
keeps sparking up. And that is the hope that, we need. We in the free world actually need that heart, that part. If we get just a fraction of that part of her soul, if we understand that, I think we will truly be a free world.
well, certainly, Dr. Fozia, and our thoughts, our du'as, our see you as always with Afia as well and Etsalam Media. We will continue from time to time provide coverage, on developments as and when they occur. And we truly, we sincerely appreciate, every time at every opportunity, you taking time out and providing us with these updates on Afia. And as I mentioned, our du'as are with you, our du'as are with Afia, inshallah. And we will still continue to support the struggle to get your sister free, inshallah. And in our lifetime, we hope and we make dua that we will be seeing a free Afia returning to the country that she loves, returning to her family, to her children, and to yourself as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam rahmatullah and jazakallah.
Dr. Fowzia Siddiqui was us this morning, providing us with an update, and once again, stopped from meeting with her sister. And here we have the Pakistani nation asking why there is a sudden refusal after the approval had come through from the American government. Again, lots of questions being raised, and we know the political turmoil that is playing out in Pakistan, the imprisonment of Imran Khan, all of that at the forefront. And here we have for 20 years the case of Dr. Aafia Siddiqui once again taking a back seat. The time is just gone 8:48. We're going to go for a break. We come back. We'll be joined by Imtiaz Sayed, Itequini Sikyo.